Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the Read, Rewrite, Burn tag. I was tagged by Nicole from Beautiful Chaos of Books ages ago and I absolutely love this tag. I think it's hilarious, but I've kind of been avoiding it because it looks really hard. It was created by Lauren Liness, which I will link in the description along with Nicole's video. Her version was hilarious, absolutely loved it, would highly recommend it. Basically the idea is that you put the names of some books. I've got it here in my Life is a Journey, not a destination mug. So you put some books in here that you loved, that you were kind of like okay about, and that you hated, and then the idea is you pull out 3 at a time and you say which one you would read, rewrite or burn. So let's give this a go. So in here I've got 15 books, so I've got enough for 5 rounds, which I think will be plenty. I've put in some of my recent 5 stars, I've put in some of my recent 3 stars, and also some of my recent DNFs, or like 2 or 1 star, like low rated ones. So let's see what we get. This could be a total disaster. Right, our first set is going to be It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne, which I gave 5 stars. Stick in here. Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantaro, which I gave 2 stars. And The Alibi Girl by CJ Scoop. Oh man. See, this is where it gets hard. Okay, so I would absolutely burn Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantaro. I just really hated that book. You can go and find my wrap up for it. Really wasn't for me. I only just finished reading it by basically putting the audiobook on fast forward. And then It Only Happens in the Movies and Alibi Girl. Do I want to rewrite, or which one of those do I want to rewrite? Actually I think I gave It Only Happens in the Movies 4 stars, whereas I gave Alibi Girl 5 stars. So I would rewrite It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne, and then I would read Alibi Girl by CJ Scoop, which I'd really recommend. That was in my February wrap up. You can also go and watch that. Yeah, so what would I rewrite in It Only Happens in the Movies? I think it was just that the pace is slightly baggy in places, so I would maybe just tighten that up. Okay, that was the first set. That wasn't too bad, although I've now had already 2 of my like highly rated books. Okay, next set is The Deathless Girls by Kieran Millward Hargrave, which I also read in February. In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Ooh, this is already tricky. And The Railway Children by E. Nesbit. Oh man. Right, okay. Let's be ruthless. I would burn The Deathless Girls by Karen Millward Hargrave, which, like I said, was in my February wrap up. It's supposed to be a reimagining of Dracula, or like is it a retelling? I don't know, but from the perspective of his brides. And I thought it had loads of potential. There were loads of bits of the writing that were beautiful, but it just went nowhere, and it felt like the prologue to a much longer story, and I found it kind of frustrating. So we'll burn that. I could rewrite it, but I would rather rewrite In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware, because really enjoyed this book up until the last 80 pages. I also thought that I'd seen what the twist was, and I was wrong. And actually, it sounds really arrogant, but I think that the twist that I'd thought it was going to be would have been better than what happened. It was a little bit pedestrian in the end. I think it was her debut, so we won't be too harsh. And I still enjoyed the writing. It just didn't quite go where I wanted it to. So I would rewrite it with the twist that I thought of, because obviously I'd be an amazing thriller writer. No. And then I would read The Railway Children by E. Nesbit, which again I read in February. Absolutely adored it. Highly, highly recommend it. Really sweet, but like not like saccharine sweet. And it had some surprisingly feminist messages in it, so I loved it. Right. Next, I'm genuinely nervous about what's going to come out. Okay, The Toll by Neil Shusterman, which you can see there. Our House by Louise Candlish, which I gave, I think, 2 stars. And Rose Madder by Stephen King. Oh, right. Which one? Oh, tricky. Okay, so I'm going to burn Our House by Louise Candlish, which I think I read in January or at the end of the year, end of last year, just because it was really dull and I didn't enjoy it at all. I know other people have, which is obviously totally cool, but didn't enjoy that book at all. And then either Rose Madder or The Toll to rewrite. I think because I could easily rewrite both of them. Well, not easily, because writing's hard. But, like, with Rose Madder, I really liked the sections told by Rose, but the sections told, I don't think that's her name actually, told by the woman, but the sections told by her husband I just absolutely hated. So I would just want to take out the sections from my husband, and then I feel like it would be a 5-star book for me. But then also The Toll, I was really disappointed with where it went, and it felt like it took forever to get there. So again, I think I'd take loads out. But then, decisions. Okay, I'm going to rewrite Rose Madder and take out all the sections I hated from the husband's point of view. And then I'm going to reread The Toll by Neil Shusterman, because I feel like I need to reread. That's why I've kept this whole trilogy, because I feel like I need to reread them all probably like in one go. And to give that book another chance. So there we go, those are my answers. I think we've got 2 more rounds. So next is Surfacing by Margaret Atwood, which was the February pick for the Margaret Atwood reread. It wasn't the pick, it's just the second book she wrote. Bone China by Laura Purcell. Ooh, okay. Which was my January library read. And then The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. Oh man! Okay. I'm definitely going to burn The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. I read it for last August's Thrillerathon round, I think. The round before the one we've just had. So I would burn The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. And then Bone China or Surfacing. Okay, so Bone China. I love Laura Purcell's first book, which was called, I've actually got it down here because it's filming day to day, so I've been filming, which was The Silent Companions. Adored that book. Didn't like The Corset, which was a follow-up, and then Bone China was the third one. I didn't like that either. Just found it really quite dull, and like not a lot happened. But then also Surfacing by Margaret Atwood. I feel bad that I made people read it last month, because it was not good. It was really dull and fragmented, and I just didn't like it. So which one of these do I want to read, and which one do I want to rewrite? I feel like I'm going to rewrite Surfacing by Margaret Atwood, because it could have been beautiful, just wasn't. And then I guess I'd reread Bone China. Maybe I'd like it better second time round. I doubt it. Right, final round of this is going to be, I genuinely can't remember, because I put these slips together a few days ago and I can't remember what's in here. Right, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Beautiful book. Again, in my February wrap-up. The Psychology of Time Travel by Kate Mascarenas. One of my favourite books of last year. Oh boy, okay. Or, what was the last one? The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. Okay, I feel like it's been, the mug has been fairly kind to me, because I've been able to choose my burn books quite easily, which is the ones, that was the section I'm more worried about. I would absolutely, definitely burn The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. I read it at the end of last year, absolutely hated it. It's slated as a horror book. I didn't find it scary at all. I felt like it had a great premise that it wasted, and that's one of my massive bugbears with books, is when authors have a great premise and a great setup and then it goes nowhere. So I would definitely burn that one. And then rewrite or read Turtles All the Way Down and The Psychology of Time Travel. I feel like The Psychology of Time Travel was a genuinely perfect book, so I would reread that, which means I'd have to rewrite Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. How would I even do that? Because again, I gave it 5 stars, so for me it was a perfect book. I think maybe just pick up the pace at the start. It's a little bit slow to get going. So those are my answers for this tag. This was like properly scary to do, and let me know in the comments if you've got any opinions on my choices. Obviously be nice to me, please. I am also going to tag 3 people, because it's quite funny to try and torture my friends with this kind of challenge. Firstly, I'm going to tag the wonderful Charlotte from Books and Bargains. I'm also tagging Harriet from Harriet Rosie Reads, and I'm tagging Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, because I think you guys could have a real interesting mix of books, and I'd be really intrigued to see which ones you would read, rewrite or burn. So that's the video for today. I hope it's been interesting, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!